This is Democracy and Z, a student podcast brought to you by Cincinnati Public Radio in collaboration with Elements. For more, find us at democracyandme.org.
Hello, this is your host Joyeuse. I'm a student at Aiken H.S. I work with Democracy and Z. And today we're here at Art Museum with
Enock, Sadiki.
Mugashi, Pomossene.
We're here to explore the art. Yeah, I think all these posters are from back then when African American men and women didn't have equal rights as white women and white men.
I see another poster that says, I am a man. And I think and another one that says, I am a human. They should be treated as others get treated.
Equal rights.
Yeah.
Here we noticed a pin on the wall saying I'm the greatest by Muhammad Ali.
And I think the quote, I am the greatest, means he was the greatest at the time. A lot of racism was there, black people weren't the greatest. And he said it, which made the white people more angry. We're at the next poster, it says brain dead head. On this guy's head, he has a Nike sign. I think he got sponsored by Nike. When athletes get sponsored by different brands, they have to wear those brands. It's like they're owned by those people. If they get it off, they'll get in trouble. Like they have to wear Nike all day. If you get sponsored by Nike, you gotta wear Nike all day, every day. Everything you wear gotta be Nike as an athlete. If you're sponsored by that company, it's like how slaves used to get owned, and like when they try to get out, they get in trouble. It's the same thing as athletes too. They get owned by companies, and those companies are owned by white people. And when those black people don't wear those brands, they'll get in trouble. They'll have to pay a fee. If they try to break the contract, there's no way out.
Here again on the wall, we noticed a picture of a black man with a football chain. And the title says Football and Chain.
I noticed his leg is stuck with the chain and connected to the ball, which says that he can't escape. I think just for entertainment. He's just there for entertainment, just like other superstars in basketball, like LeBron James, Stephen Curry. All black people carry the NBA, and a lot of white people support them. But when they speak about racism and stuff, they always get disappointed in them. Like they don't support them in that way. They just want to see them. They just want to watch them and get entertained by them. But when it comes to other stuff, serious stuff, they don't support that.
So, Mr. Parker, was Harrison the artist?
What was his name? Thomas Willis Hank Willis Thomas. So there.
Oh, he's black?
He's black?
That's him.
Wow. I thought he was white.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I mean, but
Because
all right,
most
so-
of the histories written are black,
White people.
exactly. So here's the thing, and that's why it's so important, is that this is a black artist making art about the black experience. It's not a white person trying to teach black history to black people.
Yeah, because that's weird. And like, in my perspective, I wouldn't understand it better from him.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. She's just holding the microphone. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because in my I feel like people would understand him better because his ancestors or people of his kind are the one that did it. So people would feel a lot more connection if it was if it was coming from a black person.
Yeah, it doesn't have to go through the white filter, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a white man, I've got a white filter, so I take things and I process them differently than you do, you know? And our perspectives are different.
Yeah.
What's one thing you liked about him? Like what we saw in there?
Yeah, what was the thing that kind of.
For
Got
me,
your
it's like
attention.
one thing that caught my attention is like everything was connected in a way. Like all the stories, it's like they went from the bowl when people were putting the bowl right here to I'm the greatest by what's his name again?
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali, and then to where the cop was holding the black man shirt, like what they did to
George Floyd.
like what they did to him. It's like the same thing what's happening right now. And then to the basketball jerseys, like how basketball players are entertainers to white people, but when they talk about racism, they don't get supported by the white people. That's like one thing that I liked about it.
That one picture of the old and and the new. Wait, no. Yeah, the young and the old woman still woke up. Because you said like men that are not called old, they're called, well, not called ugly. You said they're called young and old,
Oh yeah, the picture about
distinguished. But I still think there is like handsome and ugly men,
I'm
and there
definitely on the
is
ugly
beautiful
side.
and ugly
I'm
women.
definitely on the ugly side. Definitely not distinguished. That's for sure.
You don't know for sure.
I
no,
see what you're
no,
saying
you
there,
don't.
Joyeuse. I see what
No,
you're
I'm just trying
I
to
see
prove
what
a
you're hitting at. I see. I know.
I'm proving my point. I'm good at arguing. Okay.
You are.
shouldn't stop.
Do you think like racism will ever happen again? No, like it's still happening, but like where it gets like at the point to where it's worse, like
Ends,
the
or-
back.
No, I think it's gonna get to a point where it ends. Maybe it might end if those who are racist stop. If they could just stop doing that and count us people as like normal, like treat other like how you treat yourself, you know?
What if we have like a better government that gives people expectations of what they should like say or follow?
But I don't think there's always gonna be like democracy, you know? There's always gonna be people who hate and people who don't. It's not gonna. Even if we have a better government, people are always gonna hate each other.
Yeah, but those who hate each other should get like a fair justice consequences.
What if you had leaders that were compassionate, that were tolerant, that were accepting of other people, and they were active in teaching that tolerance. They were active in teaching that compassion to others. I mean, don't you think you could get a society that would do that same thing?
Yeah, understand each other better.
I mean, we have an idea here in this in every country about like patriotism, you know, and we teach that. We teach what it's like to be an American, and we just need to define that. We need to embody that. We need to share that. We need to teach that. The same thing as you can teach a Pledge of Allegiance. I think you can teach people to not hate each other based on the shape of their nose, like a Hutu or a Tutsi, or the color of their skin, or the religion that they practice. It's all taught.
I think it could be changed based on the parents. Like it's like where you grew up from. Like if you grew up in a good home, your kids are obviously not gonna be racist and stuff, cause they're born clean without anything. Kids, like little babies, are nothing. They just born. Everything they learn is from their parents and from the people they hang around with. So if like the parents changed how they teach their kids, what they say around their kids, I feel like in the future there won't be racism. If those parents who are racist or don't like people just based on their religious, people will change in the future. Like later generation will be different. Like there wouldn't be no racism, no hate on Muslims, no hate on nothing. It'll be like everything will be good. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I basically think it all depends like on the older generation, cause like the younger generation, all the younger kids, or they all look up to the older people. They like what they do. Like if they have good footsteps, and that's what younger generation will also follow
They
into.
follow the footsteps from their parents and stuff. Like the cops that did George Floyd that, he obviously like learned that from somebody else.
Yeah.
He didn't just have it in his mind when he was born like that. He wasn't born like that. And like he didn't learn that through like the how the cops in the training what they do. They didn't teach him that.
Yes.
They didn't teach him that. He knew that he obviously learned that from someplace else.
Someone who.
Just like what happened in the past, where cops used to do to black people, kill them, shoot them, pull triggers on them without doing anything. Like, yeah, I think that's where they learn it from. Like, it goes through the families and stuff. If you look at like racism people,
It's a cycle.
yeah, it's like psycho, yeah.
The same thing, just walking around looking at some of these murals down here, downtown, that we see on these buildings. This is where we ran. This is where
was in the thing.
This is where we ran through today.
This
Oh
is-
yeah,
yeah.
there's the exhibit right there.
Oh yeah.
All Things Being Equal by Hank Willis Thomas. See? So
Cincinnati Art Museum.
and I'll tell you what, that's very important that billboard's here because remember this is over the Rhine, right? And who lives here? Black people. Do black people need to go see that exhibit?
Yes.
Yes. Do white people need to see that exhibit?
Yes. To remind them to change.
Everybody needs to see that exhibit. But that's why that billboard right there is so important to see right here.
You can see it. Whoever walks by, drives by, everybody sees that. It catches people's attention.
Now, how do we get people from here and over the Rhine to go across the highway, up that hill, and into that museum?
You don't have to. Just do that. The posters. Put them outside.
Oh, hey, that's a good idea.
Or just be the role model, and then they will follow.
Yeah.
We need to have more people see those images. We need to have more people take the time to read the placard and see the history behind why that piece of artwork means so much.
Yeah, explore their past.
Explore their past.
Know where they came from. Because a lot of that shows like it could show a lot of people where they came from, where their ancestors came from, like how they got here.
Yeah, it just tells you who you are.
Democracy NC is a program of Cincinnati Public Radio and WVXU with support from the Charles H. Dater Foundation. Thanks for listening up.